All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for waiting. Normally, this live stream would have happened maybe an hour earlier than this. But obviously, I was out celebrating my wife's birthday. You got to give time to the family, man. You have to give time to the family. But I'm back. I've been back for about half an hour or so. I thought it's time. It's time to come down over here with you guys, chill, relax, unwind, and talk about Chelsea football once again, just like every other day. It's very, very interesting. All the developments that are happening on a regular basis. And we've got a big news. We've got a big news that dropped late yesterday, UK time. Personal terms agreed for Mateo Kovacic with Manchester City. So, look, when personal terms are agreed, you best believe that the player wants to leave. That's what it comes down to be honest. And Kovacic, I got this vibe from Kovacic earlier on from the season, and a lot of you guys would be like, "Oh, Miz, you're reading into it too much. How do you know this, that, the other?" I know, man. I can tell that you just have this vibe, you just have this feeling, and I'm not surprised that once this season has, the last season was over, that we started to get the news that Mateo Kovacic wants to move on. And recently there was some comments from Mateo Kovacic, some quotes that he said that all directions kind of point towards me leaving Chelsea Football Club. It was a bad season, this, that, the other. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. And do you know what? I think it would be very, very naive if Chelsea now try their best to keep some of these players. I know recently I said, you know what? Like, stuff Man United with their 40 million bid and just keep Mason Mount. I still sort of believe in that, but at the end of the day, I think it comes down to if the player don't want to be around here, you can try your level best to keep the player, but what good is that player going to be if their heart is not set to be at Chelsea Football Club, to fight at Chelsea Football Club next season? And fight we must. Oh my days, we must fight next season. Then it's not prudent to keep a player that don't want to give their 100%. So all of these players that don't want to be part of Chelsea Football Club, they need to be moved on. They need to be moved on with Mount as well. As much as I get annoyed when I see Man United trying to prepare a 40 million bid. It just annoys the living daylights out of me. And that's when I feel like saying, do you know what? No, just keep Mount. Just keep Mount. And then when I see Brighton acting all hardball on us and trying to be all very, very fancy and trying to drag us on the mud, I feel like saying, do you know what? Stuff you and Caicedo. You can keep him. And that's when I feel like saying, just go for Declan Rice. You might as well. And now look, even Declan Rice, does he even want Chelsea Football Club anymore? Who knows? Maybe he's looking for European challenges. But I still believe if we throw the money at West Ham, throw the money at Declan Rice, maybe he could still be turned around. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, you need players that want to play for Chelsea Football Club. And we're on 9th of June. And so far, it looks like N'Golo Kante is the only one that's a here we go, who's going to Saudi Arabia. Now, it's still undecided as to which club. I mean, I thought it was going to be Al Ittihad. Al Ittihad. But there could be some adjustments, I think, because over there's 4 clubs that are owned by the Saudi investment group, which is pretty much the government. And they're just deciding on where Kante goes. But anyway, bottom line is, no N'Golo Kante. Kovacic looks like he's going to move on. Mason Mount probably doesn't want to stick around. We need players. We need players in. We need players in ASAP. And some of these players that want to move on needs to be gone. And also, I think Kai Havertz is another one that probably doesn't want to stick around at Chelsea Football Club as well. So, yeah, we did want a massive load of clear out. But at the same time, all of these players gone. We do need some players coming in, or else we're not going to have a squad, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what you guys are saying before we look into the news. Point 44, good to see you. Big up to each and every one of you guys that's joined the live stream. Over 200 nearly in the building already after 5 and a bit minutes. Smash the like button as soon as you come through. And if you're here for the first time, make sure you subscribe. Let's go towards 24,000 subscribers now and then race towards 30,000 hopefully very, very soon. Point 44, Miz, I was speaking to Pythagoras in Boots, and he said our transfer business remind him of Ed Woodward, Man United, how we overpay for players, but when we need it most, we play hardball and undervalue. Yeah, I mean, let's see. Let's see how the next couple of weeks go, man. If we don't see many here we goes in the next couple of weeks, players going out, and also maybe at least one here we go for player coming in, I will start getting a bit worried. I will definitely start getting a bit worried. United and Chelsea would probably settle at 55 million for Mount. I would take that if really doesn't want to be here. Look, do you know what? Yeah, 55 does sound fine enough, but look, I'd push for 60. I really would. He should be fetching 60. Man United pays overs for everyone. Why all of a sudden now you want to start making an example out of us with Mason Mount? There's an English tax. He is an English international as well. And he's been wanted by other clubs. You know, Arsenal are in for him. Liverpool are in for him. I understand it's his final year, but Man United, you need to pay up. You need to pay up. That's how I look at it. Milo, I say, F it. We put ourselves in this situation being 12th. Now clubs want to take us for fools. We have enough talent. Let's do a Lampard first season. Poch is even better. We know what gems we can uncover. Look, this is why I said my tweet. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I said, screw all of these people. Screw Brighton. Screw Caicedo. Keep Colwell. Let's not negotiate anything with Brighton anymore, right? See if we can keep Mount. Screw Man United with their 40 million and see if we can do something with Mason Mount. Give a chance to Santos and Casady. Casady, another goal. I think he scored 7 goals in this Under-20s World Cup with maybe 2 or 3 assists as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, give this guy an opportunity. And I saw some rumors, well, not rumors, I saw a few tweets yesterday in regards to Andre Santos that potentially Poch will give him an opportunity in the preseason. And I hope that goes the same thing with Cesare Casady as well. Chukwuemeka, let's start giving him a solid, chance next season. Hopefully he has a stellar preseason first up. And then, yeah, just break the bank and see, let's not give Arsenal the opportunity to get both Caicedo and Declan Rice. I think that would be criminal. That honestly would be criminal. If Arsenal end up getting Caicedo and Declan Rice, that would put them in a very, very strong position. Extremely strong position. Let's ensure that if they get Caicedo, and I don't understand with all of this Caicedo business from us, or we'll just match what Arsenal are paying. What's with all this matching? What if Arsenal want to pay 90 million? Well, we're going to match them as well. What if Arsenal want to pay 100 million? We're going to just match Arsenal's 100 million. And on top of that, what's matching going to do? If it comes down to just matching, sure, no problems. Brighton might say, okay, you guys got the upper hand, Chelsea. But what if the player goes, well, I don't really give 2 rats backside of you matching the price with Arsenal. I want to go to Arsenal Football Club because they got Euro. So this is why I'm like, do you know what? Screw Caicedo. As much as I like him so much, I'd love to have him. And then there's Man United who wants Caicedo as well. Just go after Rice. Have a midfield of Enzo, Mount, Rice. Give opportunities to Chukwuemeka, Santos, Casady, and then go from there. Much like what Milo is saying. Just go from there. All right, let's have a look at some of the news, ladies and gentlemen. Matching but better structure, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Well, that will only get Brighton into our side. But what about the player? We need to make sure personal terms are agreed with the player as well. Exclusive, Mateo Kovacic has now agreed personal terms with Manchester City after advanced talks already revealed last week. Kovacic wants the move. Next step has to be between clubs, as Chelsea and City will discuss fee after the UCL final. Chelsea open to selling Kovacic. Look, for me, he's as good as gone, ladies and gentlemen, and that's okay. Do you know what? Like, he hasn't been stupendous for us for the past, definitely not last season, and no one has been that great last season. But even this season before that, I don't think Kovacic has been that great. Injuries has marred his career to a certain degree at Chelsea Football Club, to the latter stages, I suppose, of the Chelsea career. But I thank him. I thank him for all his services. He's a very, very good player. Makes me think that Manchester City will most likely lose either of Bernardo Silva or Gundogan. One of them is definitely gone. I think it might be Gundogan. And I think Kovacic will do extremely well at Man City. Extremely well. I think Pep Guardiola will take him to the next level. He's probably going to be playing on a rotational basis. That's how things are at Manchester City. But he's well equipped to play the possession-based football. I think where Poch might really get him working is maybe a little bit more potency in front of the goals. Maybe a little bit more, assists that you're going to potentially see from someone like Kovacic because of all the movement that Man City has. He'll be looking to lay it off to Erling Haaland as much as he can, or out wide to the wings, or even someone like KDB. So I think this could be potentially a very interesting situation for Man City. Kovacic next season, I really, really would love to see how Pep deploys him. But it's a good move. It's a good move for Kovacic. It gives him a chance to win the Premier League. I mean, what better opportunity under Pep Guardiola and Manchester City? And he's going to win. He's going to win. When you go to Manchester City, you're going to win trophies. And I think this is probably what he's looking at doing at the latter stage of his career. I believe he's probably close to 30. Let me just have a look at Kovacic's age. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Kovacic age 29, 6th May. So he just turned 29. So next season he'll be 30. So look, he probably wants to achieve the Premier League and get as many trophies as possible. And then he'll see where he goes after that. Look, ladies and gentlemen, what's your thoughts on Kovacic perhaps leaving? With me, look, great first phase player, extremely brilliant first phase player. But we need more, man, in our midfield. I personally think we need more. Let's see what you guys are saying about Kovacic. Why are we going after Tielemans? Miz, I don't understand. He's a fabulous player available. Why are we not going after Tielemans? Tielemans is good. I'm not going to lie, but I don't know, man. I don't know if he's the kind of player that we need in midfield. We definitely need a defensive midfielder, number one. And I hear you. Like if Mason Mount goes, I mean, Tielemans, might as well try and do a little bit better than Tielemans. And if we can't get better than Tielemans, then we might as well try and build some of our youth, man. Let's try and develop Chukwuemeka. Let's try and develop Cesare Casady. Have a look at what Casady is doing in Under-20 World Cup. And I understand, like, senior level football, like Premier League level football is not going to be easy. It's not Under-20s World Cup, that's for sure. But I'd rather not waste my time on Tielemans. I might as well just try and improve our future with some of the players that we have. So we'll see what happens. Rate Bilay, I'm always going to butcher your name, man. I try my best, but I'm always going to butcher your name. Give me a nickname, man. Give me a smaller name for you. Maybe that'll be easier for me. For the life of me, I don't understand how we have this stupid outrage of potential departure of Mason Mount, but we don't have the same reaction for Cover's departure. Cover has been better than Mason Mount. Do you know what? Look, I don't know whether Cover has been completely better than Mason Mount. I think we do underplay Mason Mount a little bit. Let's not forget Mason Mount was crucial for that Champions League winning season. That season, he was unbelievable in the league and also in the Champions League as well. last season that just finished. Everyone was poor. The season before that with the sanctions, pretty much everyone was poor in that particular season as well. So I don't know whether Kovacic has, I wouldn't go as far as saying Kovacic has been better than Mason Mount. But I think the outrage is purely because Mason Mount's English, he's from the academy. So all of that kind of counts. Whereas Kovacic, people can't seem to connect with Kovacic because, he's not from the academy. He's not English, this, that, the other. Look, for me, no outreach for any of these players. Mason Mount wants to leave, you can leave. But I don't want to entertain anything ridiculous like what Man United's putting about 40 million. Kovacic wants to leave, no problems. Thank you for your services. You can leave as well. So there's no outreach one bit for me. But I can understand certain fans are different. Damon, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Kovacic doesn't look like he wants to be at Chelsea. Yeah, 100%. For him to come out publicly recently saying that all directions look like I'm leaving, well, that kind of says it all, doesn't it? I'm all about these youngsters. Just temper expectations. They are going to make mistakes. Same fans asking for them will be the ones asking for their head. No, you're right. And this is where we as a fan base, we've got to educate ourselves. We've got to learn. Santos, Casady, Chukwuemeka, all of these players will make mistakes. And don't forget, Enzo Fernandez is like 21 as well, or 22, something like that. He's potentially going to make mistakes as well down the track, right? These players are young. So we should be open for some mistakes, as long as the mistakes don't become consistent, where it's prolonged, where they're making mistakes for 1, 2, 3, 4 months. That for me is, mistakes every now and then, no problems, where you get back into the horse. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure of Maddison or Tielemans either. Look, I'm more sure about Maddison. The injuries do concern me about Maddison, but Maddison at 50 million? All of these relegated clubs, I don't know what they're smoking, man. They're smoking some really good stuff. Maddison at 50 million, forget it. We need to, as a football club, start acting smarter with the way we spend our money. For the right player, splash the money. For the right player. I think Maddison's a good player, but I don't think he's that good for me to splash the money of 50 million on him. Do you know what I mean? If we can get Maddison for about 40, fair enough. Go for it. I'd rather give the minutes to young players we signed. We must get Rice or Caicedo. And that's the thing. Look, if we are so interested about Caicedo, don't worry about matching. Just go out there and just buy him. Say STFU to Brighton with Colwell. In regards to Colwell, tell Brighton, you're not getting Colwell. And here's 80 million for Caicedo. Let's just get the transaction done. If you really, really want someone like Caicedo so desperately, just get it done. Just get it done. No dilly-dallying around. And then that's it. Shut up shop. You got Caicedo. Partner him up with Enzo Fernandez if it's a double pivot. And if it's three-man midfield, go with Caicedo. Go with Enzo. See if you can keep Mason Mount. If you can't keep Mason Mount, no problems. Then you start looking into other options like your Maddisons and your Tielemans and this, that, the other. Or you really start focusing on Chukwuemeka, Cesare Casady. Do you know what I mean? Like you try and focus from that perspective. Romeo Lavia. Romeo Lavia is another one which we'll touch on very, very soon. In fact, we'll go into the Romeo Lavia news right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea have opened talks for Romeo Lavia. Look, he's another player. I'm not even going to lie. Touted price to be about 50 million. $50 million. 50 million for Romeo Lavia, ladies and gentlemen. 50 million. Maddison is also 50 million. Romeo Lavia and Maddison are both 50 million. How is this possible? How's Maddison worth the same level as Romeo Lavia? If Maddison's worth 50 million, which is wrong, then someone like Romeo Lavia probably needs to be even less. Yeah, for me, 35 million. 30 to 35 million. Not more than that. If we end up paying 50 million on Romeo Lavia, look, it is what it is. If they do that, they do that. But, you try and negotiate, that's for sure. Rathabile, thank you so much for the super chat. Kaya is fine, or Mr. Fenny. Fenny. All right, no problems. I'm going to call you Mr. Fenny. Mr. Fenny. Mr. Fenny it is. That's a good one. Mr. Fenny. Really, really appreciate that. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know about Romeo Lavia. I like this player once again, but for me, if it's 50 million, these teams, they want to take us for a ride, man. They really want to take us for a ride. Because we love dilly-dallying and doing last-minute swoops, and then all news will report our embarrassing rejections or failures. Miss the days of lightning-fast deals done by Crazy Roman. Yeah, man. See, you need to... Do you know why all of these erratic behaviors happen? The erratic behaviors happen because you're not very concrete with your plan. You've got to be concrete with your plan, and you've got to go after the plan early. It's like this, ladies and gentlemen. It's like preparing for an exam, right? You know you've got a semester of, let's say, 10 weeks. 10 weeks in a semester. And after the 10 weeks, you've got an exam, right? So students, the good students, will start studying from the get-go, from week one. Week one, they're studying. Week two, they're building. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're building. They're building gradually. And then when the exam comes, boom! As soon as the examiners go, start your exam, they are pumping. They're just writing away. Boom, 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 boom. And then, they're done. And they're so confident, right? Because they've been preparing. We are like that particular student that from week 1 till about week 9, we were just like chatting up the girls. Hey, how you doing? Hey, talking with mates, going out, clubbing, discoing. And then week 9 comes in because we know after week 10 there's exams. We are panicking. We're asking for friends. Hey, can you give me your notes? Let me have a look at your notes. What you got? I haven't covered this particular topic yet. Man, this is going to be in the exam. Oh my days, I've got no idea about this. And you're erratic. You're so erratic about all of this stuff, right? You know there's going to be an essay writing in the exam, and you're just panicking that I'm just going to pick up some bits and pieces from here, there, and I'm going to just try and wing it. That's how we are, man. That's how we tend to be operating. I feel like that's how we are operating in this. Whenever the transfer windows come up, we're not prepared. We seem like we're prepared, but we're not really prepared. We're not really prepared. And part of the preparation is obviously our fault in the sense that sometimes our managers don't work, and then we end up getting a new manager, and that puts a halt to our preparation. Like obviously it took a long time. It took a long time to get Mauricio Pochettino, which is fine. You've done a thorough check. You've made sure everything was perfect. But what it has done is it's slowed things down. Now Pochettino is asking for players, but those players are moved on. You know what I mean? Like Pochettino apparently called up Ugarte. Ugarte is now, here we go for PSG. Like, it's disappointments. Pochettino is wanting Mason Mount, but Mason Mount's wanting Man United. Pochettino apparently wants Lautaro, and we'll talk about Lautaro very soon. We'll see. Real Madrid may be keen on Lautaro as well. Real Madrid just lost Benzema, so you best believe they'll be up for a striker. So you got to hit quick. You got to hit early. Liverpool with McAllister, boom. Liverpool, one of those students that have been studying from week 1. Week 1, they're putting down notes. They're heavily involved. Their mates are saying, "Hey, Liverpool, come hang out. Let's go out. Let's check out these chicks. Let's go out, man. Let's go clubbing tonight." And Liverpool would be like, "Nah, man. Chicks will come later on in life. Don't worry. They'll come to me. I'm gonna work hard now. Girls will come later on." That's Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, we just need to get our priorities right, man. Top Dog RLG, thank you so much for the super chat. Look how Liverpool FC are doing business. There you go. Compared to us, quite efficient and without drama. Meanwhile, Winston Lee and Stewart are flip-flopping around like a bumbling band of baboons. We are a joke. What's a super chat, man? What a super chat. Very good analogy, Miz. Thank you, man. Abdul Razak chatting up the players without offering nothing. And after we go for everything and everyone, you're right. Shanu, good to see you, my man. It's because United know we're desperate to get rid of Mount, and I don't blame Mount not wanting to stay at Chelsea. Have killed him and took the with contract offers, all our own fault. True Miz. Now you're right, everyone. You're absolutely right. President Jafar, good to see you as well. There is no way to be perfectly prepared with so many moving parts in the transfer window. We have to compete with local clubs and other European clubs. Now, true, and this is what I said. It didn't help, us, obviously, with the whole Frank Lampard situation, the interim management. It didn't help with that. And then the fact that we got Mauricio Pochettino quite later on also didn't help the situation. So let's see. I mean, there's a lot of things to rectify. Real Madrid are not intentioned to pay 60 million plus add-ons for Kai Havertz. He's appreciated by board and Carlo Ancelotti, but no plan to spend that amount of money. Havertz situation will be discussed in the next days. Chelsea expect more clubs to approach. Look, he don't want to be here. I get the feeling. Much like I got the feeling with Mateo Kovacic, and look, I wasn't wrong. Yeah, I wasn't wrong at all. He don't want to be here, ladies and gentlemen. Kai Havertz don't want to be at Chelsea Football Club. We need to find a solution for Kai Havertz in this transfer window and ship him away because, look, we've all seen enough of him. And there's only 2 more seasons left. It's either we get a contract extension done, which I highly do not recommend, or we sell. And I recommend a sell. We have to find him a home. If it's not Real Madrid, then Bayern Munich, knock on the door. Some people are saying there's some rumors around Arsenal Football Club. Yeah, take him, Arsenal. I don't care. I can even sell to rivals. No problems. If you do well over there, kudos to you. You've spent 3 seasons at Chelsea Football Club, and all we can really remember is obviously the Champions League final goal and some bits and pieces here and there. I really do appreciate the fact that you've scored that Champions League final goal. It means a lot. You'll forever go down in our history for sure, helping us win our 2nd Champions League. No doubts about that. You'll always be respected for that. But come on, man. Life moves on. And you've not done well. So time to find a new home. And it looks like you want to leave as well. So it's a mutual agreement at the moment with Kai Havertz and how the Chelsea fan base feel. And I think how Chelsea also feels as well, that we just need more suitors to come in and disrupt this situation a little bit. It cannot just be Real Madrid. We do need other clubs to come in to play. Miz, what's your personal thoughts on Lautaro? Let's talk a little bit about Lautaro now. That's the next news which we will touch on, Aaron. So do watch out for that. A flying teabag. Thank you so much for the super chat. We need to get someone in immediately. I don't want us to wait until the last minute and get some random loans like Saul or Zakaria. Oh my days, you're right. If we do this panic stuff again, Zakaria and Saul, and so many people were telling me, Miz, Zakaria is exactly what we need in our midfield. I knew it from the get-go. I knew it. I said, look, none of this Zakaria stuff. Might as well keep Ampadu. Might as well just give Ampadu an opportunity. Some people were like, oh, Ampadu? Zakaria is so much better than Ampadu. We probably would have been better at giving those minutes to Ampadu. Zakaria didn't even get that many minutes anyway. Half the time he was injured. Other half, managers didn't fancy him. 3 managers didn't fancy him. Thomas Tuchel, Graham Potter, Frank Lampard. That tells you something about the player when they don't fancy you. When there's 3 different managers that don't give a rat's backside about you. So, yeah. And Saul, do you know what? Saul was looking all right at this particular stage around January last year. He wasn't looking too bad. I still remember that game against Spurs and then the consequent games from there. But once again, man, just inconsistency and overall, not good enough. But you're right, man. I don't want those panic situations. Miz, why do people say that having played Kai in his position, there's only 11 positions on the pitch, and 3 of them is where he plays. But somehow it's Chelsea's fault that Kai has never been good. Look, enough with Kai Havertz. Oh, he hasn't played his position. This, that, the other. Like, even if he does play his position, man, it's not like he's going to light it up for us. So I've seen him play as a number 10, as a central attacking midfield player. Seen him play as a second striker, just behind a striker. Whatever you want to say. I've seen him operate in that zone, right? That central zone. Yeah, that's where he's at his best. But even at his best is not good enough for Chelsea level or in the Premier League on a consistent level. Every now and then he drops a really good game, but overall, no. Let's talk about Lautaro Martinez, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea are set to face competition from Real Madrid for Lautaro Martinez. Pochettino thinks he's among the best strikers in the world. Look, I cannot wait for the Champions League final as a massive, massive watch-along that is installed for all of you guys, that is in line for all you guys. Do look out for it. It's going to be a banger. It's a bit of a surprise. I don't want to give away as yet. So there's going to be a mad, mad watch-along lined up for you guys. I'm keen to watch Lautaro Martinez in this final. Look, Lautaro Martinez is a very good player. But the way I look at it is he plays better with a striker, like a proper big number 9 up front. There's a reason why he does well with Romelu Lukaku. Lukaku holds the ball up and tries to release Lautaro Martinez. Lautaro Martinez playing as a sole number 9 with, let's say, Nkunku just behind. I don't know if that's really going to work out. I think it might even be detrimental for Nkunku. I think someone like Nkunku would rather have a proper striker up front. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think Lautaro Martinez, as let's say we play a 4-2-3-1, because that seems to be the general idea as to what Poch might be doing, right? Let's say if that's what Poch does, 4-2-3-1. And let's say Lautaro up front, and Nkunku just behind, Sterling on the left, Madueke on the right. I mean, could that work? I feel like Lautaro Martinez is going to suffer in the Premier League, man. Defenders will squeeze the living daylights out of him. They'll suffocate him. And I think that will be detrimental to Nkunku's game as well, when he doesn't have a striker that he can play off of. I don't know. Maybe it could work. I don't know. In terms of mobility, yeah, Lautaro Martinez is not going to be someone who's going to just be stuck in the middle. He will be mobile. I don't know whether he's going to be as mobile as, say, someone like Gabriel Jesus, who drops into midfield, who goes out wide, who goes as a striker. Like, I don't know whether he will be that mobile. I think he can drop into sort of the central areas at times to help build up, link up, and whatnot. But I don't think he's got that Gabriel Jesus-esque kind of qualities. Is that what we need as well? That's the other question. Probably not. So I don't know, man. Look, let's say if someone like Armando Broja, was fit, and we look like we want to give him an opportunity, then maybe a Broja and Lautaro could work, and also with Nkunku. But I don't know, man. Me personally, Nkunku and Lautaro Martinez, I'm not really sure. But Poch, yet another player that Poch wants. He truly believes he's one of the best strikers in world football. I think he's a solid forward player, attacking player, no doubts about that. But he needs a partner. Let's see what you guys are saying about this. The Premier League is a different beast to Serie A. It's never as simple as saying he scores goals in Serie A, so he'll do the same in the Premier. No, absolutely right. We've seen so many players flop. They've come from Serie A and they've done nothing. Most recent ones, I remember, obviously, Romelu Lukaku struggled the second time around coming back to Chelsea. Gonzalo Higuain, if you guys remember, was doing really well. I believe he was in Napoli, wasn't he? Higuain, he was doing really well, and then couldn't do anything when he came to Chelsea Football Club. And I'm pretty sure the list goes on. There's plenty of other players that just Simply Skamaka, that's a good one. Yep, Skamaka is another one. Miss, come join the Vlahovic hive. Point 44, you love Vlahovic, man. You do, man. Look, I mean, that's an option. That's an option. Another one where I'm 50-50 about, but for me, Vlahovic, yeah, probably makes more sense with Nkunku. Whereas Lautaro Martinez with Nkunku, I'm not really sure that combination. I think Lautaro Martinez, as a player, he's a very good player, but I would rather have Lautaro Martinez with Lukaku. Like, if we're going to get Lautaro Martinez, we might as well keep Lukaku. I don't think Lukaku wants to stick around. George, I think our transfers are pretty simple, really. If Poch wants a player, he wants them for a reason. So everyone just got to support Poch's decision. Of course. And I was supporting his decision for Ugarte as well. And we didn't get Ugarte. I'm now supporting his decision for Mason Mount. And it looks like Mason Mount wants to leave. So, look, we are supporting him. But all of these players, it seems like they don't want to stick around at Chelsea Football Club, or they don't want to come at Chelsea Football Club. So it's great that Poch wants these players, but they need to commit to Chelsea Football Club as well. Lautaro is good, guys. Come on, with Lukaku, who was overhyped, and Higuain was done. Now, he is good. Lautaro is good. I'm just worried about the combination. I think Edward from Palace is very good. He just needs a chance. Let's remember Salah at Chelsea, and then Liverpool. Yeah, I mean, Palace and Chelsea. I know, obviously, this season we can't compare, but potentially we should be playing a very, very different style of football. We should be playing better football. Yeah, I don't know. Edward, is he really cut out to be a Chelsea forward? I'm not really sure about that. We're going to slowly wrap things up. Hashal is saying Mitrovic is better. I do tend to think maybe Mitrovic is better than Vlahovic. Mitrovic has Premier League experience, so I do tend to think that. All right, we're going to slowly wrap things up. We're going to take a couple of more comments. Smash the like button, guys, before you leave. We've got 79 likes. We've got well over 430 people. Let's get those likes up to 200 immediately. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Don't go anywhere without subscribing and without smashing the like button. Bump those likes up to 200 before we wrap things up. I think it will be fantastic. Santos can be backup DM and is excellent in double pivot. Chuk is backup for Enzo, and Kasedi is much better as an AM, so we can be a backup for Nkunku. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, I really do want to see us give our young players a lot more chance and try and build them up into potential, excellent level players. So let's do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall have another video later on UK time, roughly around 9:30 p.m. Do look out for that. Until then, we've got a final super chat. Mr. Fenny, thank you so much for that. Ms., will I ever see the backside of Mason Mount, Kai, Gallagher, Cho, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Kepa? Will that dream ever come true? Look, it may come true. It may come true. It might take a bit of time. I think it may come true. Until next time, everyone, take care. See ya.